everyone and welcome back. Okay, so it is Friday the 29th of October. Do not sleep, still Halloween. Very excited about Halloween. So this is the Curious Stitches channel podcast. And my name's Ellie and I'm coming to you from Exeter, which is in the southwest of England. Yeah, it's episode 47. I put out a little video last week, kind of explaining my absence. Thank you to everyone that left comments and sent well wishes and everything. I really appreciate it. It made me feel loved and yeah, it was nice. So I still haven't figured out where in my room or my studio that I want to be recording, so I figured this is as good a place as any. There's nothing distracting apart from my little plant up here on this little shelf, and I've got some plants down here as well, and for now it works because yeah, there's nothing else distracting going on. It may change next week and following weeks, etc. But yeah, when I'm nervous, I get itchy eyebrows. Suri is about to jump up on my lap, aren't you? She has a twin sister called Marina. Yeah, so I did say the cats are always in here. And Joey's asleep in his bed as well. You're going to get in the wires, aren't you? Yes. Oh, for the love of cats. Yes, but they're very little. I say they're very little. They're petite cats, aren't you? Yes. So, she's not going to let me get a word in. I think she's going to go and sit on her chair again now, which is about 8 feet that way. Yes. Right, so on with the episode. Okay, so I have a lot of catching up stuff to show you. A lot. But I'm not going to show everything today, just because otherwise this is going to be movie feature length, you know. But I'm going to show you some stuff, some finished stuff, knitting, and I'm going to show you one crochet project and announce pattern release for the Monology Socks. Very excited. Okay, so right, Monology Socks. I have written a new pattern. Suri's coming back. Suri, you're stealing the limelight. So these are, tops haven't been woven in. These are the Monology Socks. Now I've got the smallest one and I've got the largest one. And these are a colourwork sock pattern that I designed. And it's moon phases. So they're still slightly damp. These are knit using my own hand-dyed yarns from, I still have a lot of stash to use up, but I'll take this one off the blocker. Oh, got stuck on top. And so you can see the front and back as well as the sides. So this is the front and this is the back. So you start knitting the pattern in the back. So that's the back, and then go round and you've got the front, and then you go round again. So it's very sort of graphic, celestial moon type socks. I absolutely love them. So yes, here's the largest one and the smallest one, which sits exactly the same way. The chart is slightly different in the back, on the back here, to allow for the sizing, because there are 3 sizes. There's the small, there's the medium, and there's the large. They are being test knit at the moment. So Shy, who is Witchy Knits podcast and at Shire on Instagram, and Michelle, who's Hedge Witch Knits on Instagram and YouTube as well, have both been testing, and they're doing such a beautiful job. Go and watch their podcasts on YouTube because they both show them off, and they've been showing them on Instagram, and yes. And so I am knitting in this bag. I'm knitting another pair for my daughter, Eve, for Christmas. Now, I'm doing her medium ones. So I'm doing the grey, which is also another one of my hand-dyed yarns. This was the Pretty Gritty. So if you got some of this, thank you. So I'm using Pretty Gritty, which is greys with bits of black and pink, along with this one, which I dyed as a contrast colourway for Geralt when I did the Witchy Yarn Club, and I had to keep a skein of this myself because wow. So these will be hers. So if you can imagine, I'm sure you can, grey sock with the yellow contrast instead. So I'm showing you this because there is going to be a cow. So the pattern is going to be on Ravelry at 10 AM Sunday morning UK time. And it means then that when the American side wake up, it'll be live on Ravelry. Oh, and my website, curiousstitches.com. But it also means that at 10 o'clock in the morning here, it'll still only be mid to late afternoon in Australia. So hopefully everyone will be able to get it on the same day. So there is a cow. It will start on the Monday the 1st of November, and it will run for the whole month of November, and it is to knit the Monology Socks, which come out on Sunday, on Halloween. So that means that there is going to have to be prizes, right? There will be. So there is a project bag. There is 2 skeins of yarn as well. And you can say whether or not you want it to have a mini skein or not a mini skein. But I will show the prizes mid-November. So yeah. I would be ever so happy if you would all join in. It would mean the world to me to see the Moonology Socks all over the interwebs. Because, you know, exciting. New pattern releases always make me really happy. So yes. Right, moving on. Oh, let's pop that down there for a minute. Bit of admin for you. Due to Brexit, the taxing system on my website is really faffy. So if you live anywhere in the world that isn't England, or Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, fine. So if you're not UK and you want to purchase the pattern, please do so via either Ravelry or Ribbler. If you are in the UK, please can you purchase it via my website, which is curiousstitches.com, and I'll put that here. Lovely. Thanks. Just because trying to figure out tax due to Brexit and all those crazy new laws is such a mind messer. Yeah. So if you want to buy it, that would be amazing. Thank you. Okay, so moving on, I have finished my Hermione socks, or as I call them, my raspberry chocolate cheesecake socks. So the yarn is Hermione from no No Makers Hermione colourway, so No Makers. And I have this much left. So they used 62 grams, which is really spooky because every pair of vanilla socks that I knit uses exactly the same weight of yarn. So for the last 5 or 6 years, my gauge hasn't changed, which is good. But it spun me out a bit because this was a slightly heavier skein, because I still had 41 grams left. So I had 3 grams extra, which is great because it means that 41 grams, I can make a pair of socks slightly shorter and put in contrast heels and toes. So, yeah, so this is now going in my scraps basket to use for another day. But I will pop one of these on the sock block and have them empty and show you. Oh, these sock blockers I got on Etsy. Aren't they so cool? And I've got the mitten blockers as well. There we go. Aren't they fun? I love them. And now I've shown them to you, I can wear them. These have been finished weeks. But I told myself I wasn't allowed to wear them until I had shown you guys. So, yes. So that's my second finished object. But these are just vanilla socks. Now, I have written a vanilla sock pattern recipe, and it will be on my website on Sunday at the same time as the Moonology sock pattern release goes up. It's completely free. So yeah, that's free. You just add it to the basket, click checkout, and then it'll email you the PDF. Okay? Because I know a few of you, fluff at my nose, it's got my septum ring, are waiting for a free vanilla sock recipe with a shorter heel. So there we go. If you want a short row heel recipe, I do also have a free one of those. It's just one page on my website as well, curiousstitches.com, completely free. Because some people work better from written instructions, some people work better from visual instructions. I haven't yet recorded a video for doing a short row heel. I mean, if you guys want me to do these sort of tutorials for little things like a heel or, basic stuff, then let me know, send me a message, leave a comment, etc. And I'll just make a list and I'll gradually start making these videos and I'll just put them in their own little playlist here on YouTube. Okay, so I have a finished but not woven in ends project. So I, as you know, was making my favourite weekend, my favourite weekend hat by Natasha Sills. And it's this. I have used some worsted weight that I over dyed and some Karen Simply Soft, which is, it's a weight 4, I think. Where's the label gone? Medium 4. So that's worsted Aran weight-ish. So this is 100% acrylic. This is 100% wool. But I like both. So this is the one that I over dyed. Oh, look at that. You can see the colours beautifully. Yes. So this was the contrast and this is my main colour. And I do have enough to do it the other way around. So of the main colour, I used 107 metres. I figured it would be more beneficial if I told you how much yardage I used as opposed to grams. And I used 38 metres of the contrast. Now, I made the large size, but I didn't make it exactly to pattern because I did it the size for the large, but I did the beanie fit lengthwise, and because I don't actually need the large size because my head isn't that big, I have a nice slouchy hat, that, yeah, I'm going to put on. Oh, isn't that amazing? Now, the only problem is, trying to dip it in front of me, there is a line here. Because I was knitting this when I wasn't paying attention. And it's my first attempt at brioche. And oh my God, I love brioche now. Yeah, I love brioche. So I forgot to do this. This was supposed to be the row before, and it was supposed to be the main colour, etc. But yes, so it looks mostly black. And I say it's mostly woven in apart from the ends because I still don't know if I want a pom-pom. Because it could probably do the pom-pom to sort of hold it back a bit on my head. Untuck my hair from my ears. So you can see my hair, because I would wear it more like that anyway. It's really cute. I love it. It's really cozy. And you can see the colours of the brioche and the magic. Oh, fluffy hat hair. See, do I want to add a pom-pom? Because there are 4 ends that need weaving in. And this is why. Because I don't know if I want to add a pom-pom. And if I wear a pom-pom, then I can't turn it out and wear it this way. Which I also really like. So I think for now, I'm not going to add a pom-pom. Just because I love it. See, this is where the missing row was. I mean, I just did it in the wrong colour, but yes. So, isn't that beautiful? So I want to be able to wear it both ways out, so it can be more versatile. So yes, this is another project that I finished. I love this pattern. I will be making one for Abby, and I will need to sort my hair out. And I will definitely be making myself another one. And now that I have more fluff in my septum ring, now that I have made brioche, which was a first for me, I don't know why I was so scared of brioche. It's so simple. You know, admittedly, the first time I did these 2 repeats. What is it, Marie? Sorry? Sorry wants to go out. You want a hat? When I did these first 2 repeats, I didn't quite understand what was going on. So I put it down and I came back to it, and straight away it was like, oh, of course. So I have a few other patterns at brioche, including an Andrea Mowry shawl that I was going to knit, and I chickened out because I didn't realise it had brioche, and yeah, so simple. And I'm glad that I have now done brioche because there's brioche in something else I'm knitting. And I didn't know it was coming either. So, skill learned. So yes. Now, because it's next to me, I'm going to show you some things that I got given by Shy. We did a Christmas swap last year, but due to post and Brexit and COVID and everything else, oh, that was my slipper on the floor. They've got those sticky bits on the bottom. My parcel didn't get here until my birthday this year. So Shy made me some beautiful things and sent me chocolate and everything else. But she made me these mitts. I think they're the Raven Queen mitts. Raven mitts, I can't remember. But aren't they absolutely beautiful? I'll put the pattern name and the designer across here. Shy has told me 2 or 3 times and gone. But yes. And they fit absolutely perfectly. So I'm going to put them on so you can see. See? Aren't they beautiful? I absolutely love the colours that Shy chose to do for me. Oh, I love them so much. They're stunning. I love them. Shy's really good at colour work. So immediately I was like, Shy, I have colour work you did. Not quite like that, but you know what I mean. She's very good at colour work. Colour work is her jam. And I've got to wear these a couple of times already because we've had a few nippy days. But yeah, I love them. And I'm just going to take that off. Shy also made me a project bag. Now, I didn't realise that... Oh, I've just put it down in the pile of cat fur. The project bag that Shy was making on the Vlogmas videos was for me. Oh, isn't it beautiful? So it's got the moons and it's all these coffin shaped paper piecing, and this is quilted, and it's got that little starry flower bits here, and oh, I love all these colours. And it came with a unicorn, which I love unicorns. So I kept it on here because every time I look at it I can fuss it. And it's just pink lining. So Shy hand stitched this for me. So thank you, Shy. Absolutely love my presents. Shy's very knit worthy, obviously, as you all know from last episode, not the mini one, episode 46. So, which leads me on to, I'm doing a test knit also for Shy, because that's what friends do, we knit for each other. Sorry, I had to let Surrey out. Oh, spiky. So, I am knitting a test knit for Shy. So, my main colour is, again, Curious Stitches and Nimue. And this was my Merino Nylon Stellina base. And I'm using this purple. I can't remember who the dyer is of this one, but it's one of the remnants I had from my really massive Andrew Murray shawl. I can't remember the name. I'll put it on screen. So I still have quite a bit of this. And this was a unicorn tail that I got when I bought a jumper's quantity from another indie dyer. She calls them unicorn tails, but it's singles, and it's the most perfect sort of neutral mushroomy. Beige is not a friendly word in my dictionary. It's a very gentle taupe. So yeah, I'll put her name across here as well, because I have a whole jumper coming in that one. So these are the colours I'm using. And Shy knit these socks on her podcast. If I remember correctly, she wrote the pattern because every year Amy of Stranded has a festive sock along, which might be on this year. I don't know. I haven't watched the podcast to find out. But I remember rewind. I remember Shy knit these socks for that cow. So, these are the Golden Reef socks. Isn't that beautiful? I love them so much. So I'm just about to push in the heel, or do the heel, and then it's the foot. And these are so nice. I love them. I want to knit some more in different colours. But yes. Now, I don't know when Shy will be publishing the pattern. This is a sort of pre-test knit, test knit. So I'm feeling very honoured. So there we go. So go and encourage Shy, because she's designed some beautiful socks. And I love them. So obviously these are sitting in the project bag that she made me. Yes. Okay. So what's next? Oh, the other thing that Shy gave me that's yarn related. She gave me some fibre, but it's deep stash. It's sort of under my loop bumps, which are very precariously balanced. So I'll show you that when I spin it. But she also sent me this little organza bag with some mini skeins in. So I want to use all of these as little mini skeins in a jumper, which again I have already written a pattern for. I've not even undone this bag yet. So Abby's just got home from work. So I have written a colourwork jumper that these would be perfect for. So thank you for a mini skein shade. Okay, so I'm going to pause here. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea with my wonderful partner, ask how her day was, and then come back and finish recording later. See you all in a bit. I'm back. Okay, so I've had a nice cup of tea with Elly. I've still got a little bit of mine left, so I thought I'd have that now. And on with the show. So I have now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 projects to show you. Camera's there. Okay, so I will say that the final project I'm going to talk about is the Shawlography. And as usual, I'm putting in bookmarks, timestamps, so that you can just skip it if you want to. So yeah, because I don't want to, although I'm still on clue 1 of week 1, because I've been doing so much other knitting, I don't want to be the person that does your spoiler if you're waiting for them all to come out together, etc. So that will be happening last. Okay, that is your spoiler warning. Okay, right, so the next project I am knitting is I'm doing Abby some socks for Christmas. Now this is yarn that she chose a while ago because she finds it absolutely fascinating that you can get commercial self-striping yarns. So she actually bought this yarn. I just realised it's in front of my feet. And it's got a little sheepy stitch marker, which I think possibly was from Peggy May. Can't remember. But this yarn is Oustman Step. And it's in the colour 0329. It's backwards. Maybe, I can't remember. So yes, so this is one that she chose because she likes blues and greens. So she doesn't know I'm knitting this. I left it long enough that she's forgotten. She saw this yarn on my stash the other day and went, oh, that's nice. I was like, you bought it. So yeah, so Abby is getting some socks for Christmas. So yes, Abby's also getting a jumper for Christmas, as you know from the last episode. But I've only got the collar, so I'll show you that next episode. So those are in my Star Trek bag, which I got from Owl About Yarn, which is why I love it. Because Star Trek. I'm a Star Trek girl. I'm not Star Wars, I'm Star Trek. Let's not tangent into that because I can talk about Star Trek for days. Yes, so I love that. So that is sock 1. About halfway through on sock 1. I'm not sure what heel I want to do on these yet. You know, whether I do a true afterthought heel and use a nice contrast colour, whether I do a heel flap and gusset, I don't know. I'm going to think about it and see. I've got another 20 rows before I actually have to commit to a heel, but these are probably the project that gets worked on least at the moment. But I've still got 8-9 weeks, so it's okay. 9 weeks till Christmas. Yeah. So that is Abby's sock project. And for the crochet, I am making my daughter Kira, so she's my middle daughter, an alpaca. Now this one was free on Ravelry, and this is it. Isn't it cute? So it's your inspiration, spark your inspiration. So I have done the body. It looks like a giant squishy pill. I think I overstuffed it a bit, but it's okay because you can use it as a pillow. So this is the body. Let me just reshape that a bit better. There we go. That's the body. I haven't done anything with this yet. So if you can see from the picture, I think it's that way round. That's definitely the bottom. It's so cute. So yes. So I have to do the legs and the neck and the ears and the head. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this bit yet. I may do a blanket for it, like it says in the photo. Now Kira's really into kawaii stuff and sort of all that kind of thing. She used to be very pastel, but these days she mostly likes red and black and grey. Hence the blanket that I was making before. Next episode, not enough time. So this is where I've got to on this, and as soon as I get a minute, I'm gonna do some more on it. Yes, so she wanted a mint one, and this is the closest I had that was the correct gauge. So this is also Karen's Simply Soft, and it's colour Robin's Egg. So if you remember, this is the same yarn that I used to make Neve's crochet blanket last Christmas. I have enough left, I think, of this ball to finish the llama, and I'm using a 5mm hook. I put Fimo modelling clay on the handle to make it more easy to use. It was just one of those cheap sets you get on Wish and places like that, and I think I got 20 hooks for £1, but they work really well. So yes, so that is living in this beautiful bag, which I bought for my friend Alex many years ago now, again with the fluff on my septum ring. I need a new septum ring. So yes, isn't it beautiful fabric? Absolutely love this fabric. So yeah, so this is living in here. So yes, it's a sugar and cream pattern. So it's Luna the llama crochet toy. There you go. So yeah, so that is gonna shove back in there. It's another project. Okay, three left. Three left. Right, so the next project is in my basket. Oh, I'm so fluffy. I've had all the cats in here today, and Joey, and all the fluff, and it's just got too much. It's in the air. So I've been working on my moonlit romp. And you guys haven't seen this for a couple of months, and yeah, So I'll show you the yarn first. So the blue is this navy from Ice Yarns, and it is called Peru Alpaca Fine, and it's 25% alpaca, 50% merino wool, and 25% acrylic. Now it says it's a sport weight, but in my gauge swatches that I did, it was more like a fingering weight. So I held it double because the pattern calls for DK weight. And then I'm using my own Druid on sport weight, but it's nice and plump, and I was able to get gauged to match for this. So I'll put my basket down. Try not to wobble the light. Camera. So last time you saw it, I think I was here. I sort of guesstimated from where I recorded it. What's that? It's a cat hair. Okay, so all the colour work, a bit of the top is done. Isn't that beautiful? And this is the back. I love it so much. It's sort of witchy but renaissance-y. Beautiful. So obviously I've separated for the sleeves on both sides. And I have done the body. And I've just finished doing the colour work at the bottom, and I'm now on the ribbing. So I've got 6 rounds of ribbing left, and then it's cast off the body and sleeves. Now a lot of people struggle knitting sleeves. They're sort of, oh, it's a slog, it's a slog. I love knitting sleeves. I find that actually the quickest part of the jumper. Different folks, etc. You know. So yes, so this is my moonlit romp so far. Now I had planned to have this finished for Halloween, but then I had to go and design some socks and get them done, amongst other things. So yes, so this I want to have done by the end of November. So I knit it the same length as the pattern called for. I can't actually get high enough to show you, but yes. And I deliberately did it a bit bigger than I needed. Isn't it beautiful? It's going to be so cozy. And it's really squishy. Really squishy. So I would turn it inside out to show you the floats on the bottom, but I won't. I'll just show you a little bit at the top. So that's my floats. I'm very much a don't have long floats person. So my floats on this are maximum 5 stitches. Some of them are only 2 stitches, some of them are 3 stitches. Majority are 3 to 4 stitches. So that it's nice and even and, you know, proper ease. I'm really proud of this, and this is how it looks before blocking. So I'm really impressed with my own knitting. So yes, I'm looking forward to having this finished and worn. Oh, so beautiful. So yes, the Moonlit Romp, and it's by Vanessa Ewing, and it's available on Ravelry. I'm not sure if she's got her own store. I think she's got her own website, which you can get to through Instagram. So I'll link this pattern to Ravelry. Yes. Because that's where I bought it. So yes, that's the bottom. And I'm using the needles as called for in the pattern. And I have discovered a great joy with these Leica needles. These are the driftwood ones. And then I've got the indigo ones, just the 2 pairs, the 2 sets of tips and 1 their cords. And then for the colour work, I use my Caspians. So yes, so that, like I said, fingers crossed, I finish it by the end of November. Because it's about to start getting really cold here. It's going to be 6 degrees tomorrow. That's Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So it's starting to get cool enough that I want to wear woolies all the time. So I need to finish it. Okay, so my next project is the jumper that I started making for Reef. So this is the Katy Jumper, and I don't have the pattern in my project bag. I'll put the lady's name across the bottom and I'll link it in the show notes where you can get it on Ravelry. So last time I showed you, I hadn't got very far. This is my marker that I put in. Oh, my stitch marker. This one is from Caffeinated Cables on Instagram. I bought 5 or 6 of her stitch markers, including cats and witchy skulls and things. So that was the back, the front even, and then I got a little bit down the back. So now, let's see. This is where I've got to. So I've separated for the sleeves. This is my marker here, just to show me where to measure from to the bottom of the sleeves. I never go directly from the bottom of the sleeve because it curls up and things. So what I tend to do is go in a few rows, columns, you know, columns of stitches, and put a marker on that row so I can measure properly down, because you have to do a certain amount before you colour it. And then I've got my, oh, isn't that pretty? Isn't this lovely? So this is the Katy Jumper, and this is for Neve for Christmas, and the yarns that she asked for. So I am now doing a section of the plain black and then some ribbing, and the body's done. So I plan to get that finished this week. Yes, I know it's Friday. I plan to do both these bits of ribbing, this one and the moonlit romp. I plan to get the bodies on them finished by the end of this weekend, so that on Monday I can crack on with the Monology Socks. But yes, so the yarns of it's all from Poundland. 3 balls for £2. And so far, this has only been, let's see, I'm on my 3rd ball of red. So far this jumper's cost me £2.50. Because there is a time and a place. And knitting a pure wool jumper for my daughter would be lovely, but I want to be able to wash it in the machine. So this is absolutely fine. It knits beautifully, it's perfect gauge, and I really like it. For a cheap acrylic, it's so soft and it doesn't have that squeaky feeling, and when you're knitting with it, it knits like wool. And I'm a real wool snob, I won't really use acrylic, and it's only been recently that I've gotten back into acrylic from the, you know, doing the blankets and things. But this one, oh, it's so nice. It's really soft and it's actually warm. So yes, so the red is burgundy, DK Knitting Essentials, and the black is just black, but it's sparkly. So yeah, and I think this jumper is probably going to end up costing maximum £6 to make. What a bargain. So you don't have to use all the fancy hand-dyed stuff. It's nice if you've got the budget. But when I saw this, it's like, Neve loved it, so why not? Yeah, so that's my Katy Jumper project for my Neve. Now, this is in my box project bag. It's in there tight now. That I bought from North Star Knitting, who is also used to be Knit Gin Repeat. And she has done some test knits for me as well in the past. So this one I bought from her. Okay, so living in this project bag that I made. Eat, drink and be scary. For me, it's not martinis, it's tea. I like the tea part of martini. Sorry, not sorry. So this was a tea towel. and I made it with canvas and a zip, and yeah, I literally just cut it in half and made a project bag out of it. And I have another one as well, but yeah, if you want a quick and easy project bag, use a tea towel. So this is my Shawlography by Stephen West for the Shawlography Mystery Cal 2021, which cast on at the beginning of October, second week of October. So this is the spoiler alert here right now. So if you don't want to see anything to do with Shawlography, I'll say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. If you want to see what I am doing with mine, stick around. Okay, I'm showing you all now. So I will start with the colours, and I have been doing a bit of recording to sort of make it a bit more fun. So I'll insert that little video here. I tried to make it a bit more fun. So I have black, I have speckles, amazing speckles. As soon as this shawl came out, I was like, I need to use that. And then, so that's my dark, that's my light, and then I have my, as you saw in the previous video, I have my three, don't drop, my three similar ones. So this one is I Am No Bird from Kristen of Vull and Vine. This one is My Own Hand Dyed, Sisters of Mercy, and this one is the Witcher Siri Contrast. And I am now going to put those away and show you what I have got. So I've not finished clue 1 simply because I needed the needles. Yeah. So I put yarn stoppers on, needle stoppers. But I am this much away from finishing clue 1. So I had to put my bat stitch marker on. It's so cute. I have 2 of these. I used to wear this one on my, no, I used to wear the other one on my charm bracelet. Oh, fluff, sorry. So, are you ready? So, oh, it's lovely. I love all these welts. So much fun. Let's see if I can spread this out a bit. There we go. The joys of nails. So that's my welt colours. It's not quite that shape, I'm holding it with my nails. And then this is the next part. Isn't it amazing? So I've got another one of these to do, and then I've got the, not welted, oh, I can't remember what the next bit is. It's like more welts, but lacy welt? Don't know. So yeah, this is mine so far. And I'm knitting this as a mini cal with Shy, who actually gifted me the pattern. Thank you, Shy. So yes. Now, this is my first time doing a Stephen West MCal. Many years ago, when he first put out a pattern, Boneyard Shawl, oh, really fluffy, the Boneyard Shawl. I got that one on Ravelry, and I've still not knit it. I am going mad with this fluff. I need to change my scepter ring, but I'm not going to do it on camera. So yeah, and I thought, no, I'll do it next year, and I'll do it next year, and I'll do it next year. Well, this is the year. I'm not going to get it finished by the end of the month. You know, clue 4 dropped in my email inbox today. I haven't printed it out. I didn't print out last week's clue either. I've got this one and I've got clue 2, so that I don't feel disappointed by not keeping up, because I have so much else I need to be knitting, work-wise and Christmas-wise, and this was just my complete fantasy knitting, I suppose you could call it. I don't need to knit it, I don't have to knit it, but I really want to knit it. And Shy enabled me. So thank you, Shy. Right, so that, my lovelies, is all the knitting I have to show you this episode. I have about another 10 projects to show you, so I will show you those next time. I'm not sure if I'll record it next week or the week after, but I will be recording a little video in between, so I'll record something next week, but it won't be a full episode. More about these guys, the Monology Socks. Now remember, these are going live Sunday morning on Halloween at 10 o'clock. So yes. So they take one skein of main colour and a mini skein of the contrast colour. So you need, for the smallest size, you need, I think, 12 grams, and for the largest size you need about 15 grams. The smallest size is meant for children, the largest size is meant for adults. It is very much a, if you normally have, with your normal socks, if you do tiny socks, do the smallest size. If you have big socks, do the biggest size. So I normally have a 64 stitch foot, so I have had to do the biggest size. And that is purely because colour work shrinks your gauge a lot, no matter how good your floats are and everything else. Excuse me. You need to go up. And I know that from experience. So yes. So I look forward to talking more about those next week and showing my next pair. So yes. Thank you all for joining me. It has been lovely being back here. It's been wonderful. And yeah. I'll see you all on social media between now and next episode. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.